It's got more horsepower than the 992 Porsche 911 GT3, more torque than the V12 powered Pagani Huayra R Evo, more space inside than most Mumbai homes, more lights inside than a nightclub, and more screens than Chroma. But there is one catch.
And you would think that the catch has something to do with what's powering it, because instead of running on awesome dino juice, this runs on electricity. But that's not the catch.
The catch is that this is just plain ugly.
Floor to the top, she's gorgeous. Style so fresh, heavy, yeah. Whoa, clothes so nice, heavy, yeah.
Maybe ugly is a bit harsh. But honestly, the exterior styling on this can make a library seem interesting to those who can't even read. Yeah, so maybe boring is the right word for it. But thankfully, from where I'm sitting, this is more swanky luxury hotel room than 100-year-old bookstore.
Because with kilometers of ambient lighting, acres of digital real estate, and enough leather to summon the Greenpeace vegan army, it really is very, very luxurious.
These pillows, for example, they feel like they've been crafted from soft, warm butter. You get rear entertainment screens, a tablet to control the rest of your car's functions, and sure, there's no window blinds, seat ventilation, and not really that much in way of a reclining backrest. And I agree, all three of those things should be there if you're really to call this the bargain of the century. But what you get in exchange is a third row of seats. And at this point, I must take a line out of the traditional Indian automotive journalist hat and tell you that knee room is tight, headroom is okay, and this third row should be perfectly fine for kids on longer journeys and adults on shorter journeys. But all that doesn't really matter to you. You don't really care that the second row can move out of the way electronically or that there's charging ports back here. What you want to know is, what's this thing really like to drive? It's a bit boring. I mean, don't get me wrong, it is fast in a straight line, but most of the time you just want to waft along in it and not hammer it like Lewis. Air suspension is standard and the ride quality is superb, but there is this unshakable essence around the entire car that it's made for old rich people to chill in. And what that means is that it's mostly going to be their chauffeurs that are going to be sitting here, and if you are one of those chauffeurs, then this paddle is your best friend.
No, they don't change the gears like Madam's BMW. What it changes is the regen setting, which is normal. But if you toggle it to intelligent mode, that's when things start to get interesting.
It's actually a really clever system that can basically adjust regen based on what's around you. So if there's traffic, speed breaker, cars ahead, more regen. If there's a straight clear road, less regen. It takes a bit of a second to get comfortable with and used to, but once you do, you rarely ever have to touch the brakes. So if you are new to the whole chauffeuring business and fresh to the driving smooth situation, then just let the car do its thing.
Speaking of things to make your life better are massaged and ventilated front seats, none of those for Sabji in the back, and also the vast Hyperscreen, which, sure, anyone with half an eyeball can tell isn't one big screen, but three smaller displays instead. But it works well, has 10 million features and settings inside it, and it makes the front seat feel like the cockpit of a spaceship.
And things only get better for you, the chauffeur, so I really suggest you tell Malik ji to take a second thought and drive their own Mercedes-Benz, because not only does this have superb noise insulation, but also a bang-in 15-speaker Burmester sound system, so you really can't hear the outside world. But I know what they're saying, the world outside, I know what they want to know. Range, charging times, but those are trivial questions for those buying one of these.
Because there's enough juice to go to your factory, farmhouse, office, golf session, kiddie party all in one charge. Charging times might seem quick, but you won't ever really find a 200 kilowatt charger. So, yeah, we'll have to sit with the car for a few hours to juice it up.
Like I said, trivial matters, because to buy one of these with the 24/10 rule, you need to be rich and probably live in a place that looks like this, which means you probably already have 2 or 3 other cars to drive around in while this thing charges up. But more importantly, it means that you know the importance of money, the importance of a bargain, because ladies and gentlemen, I just realized I never even told you what this car is called. It is, of course, the Mercedes-Benz EQS SUV. It is made in India, which is why it is the most affordable STM Mercedes that money can buy.